I'm your host, Danny Mills. I started this podcast for one main reason, and that's to give Delaware athletes the recognition they deserve. Too often, the stats and scores get attention, but the hard work, dedication, and stories behind the game don't. That's what we're here to highlight. A little bit about me. I've been covering Delaware high school sports for over 20 years with a passion of getting our athletes recognized. It all started out coming out of high school in 1996. We didn't have any social media back then, so it was very hard to get recognition, especially coming from Sussex County. You had to wait till the next day to see the stats and things in the paper. So when Twitter come along, social media, things like that, I utilized it to start a page to kind of get everybody educated on what was happening, the scores, the highlights, players, stats, things that we could celebrate people with and get recognition. So that's kind of evolved into, one of my passions. It's something I do in my free time. It's kind of a hobby. And I just want to kind of use this platform to start this podcast to kind of expand on that and to continue giving back to the kids, the athletes, and the communities that we serve. Welcome to Beyond the Box Score podcast. My name's Danny. I'm your host. I'm here with 2026 wide receiver Darnell Stokes Jr. of Indian River High School. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So I just want to touch base on a couple of things. Last night we just finished the regular season off. You guys, I attended the game last night. I was down in Felton at Lake Forest. It was a great game, a battle of two unbeaten teams going into it. You guys come out on top. It was 27-21. Just an amazing game. The game lived up to all the hype. Do you want to tell me your thoughts on the game?
In the beginning, I think we just wasn't expecting, what they was doing, because, our team, we can't really replicate the triple option for real. So going into it, we just had to adjust halftime. Halftime was really needed. Our coaches talked to us about, how we going, come back from this, and we ain't give up on nothing.
Okay. What was the message? I mean, it looked at me as like Lake Forest come out first with a lot of energy from the beginning, jumping around, a lot of motivation. They jumped out to that 14-0 lead. It seems like you guys are very patient and just stay settled within yourself. What was the message at halftime from the coaches?
We just got to make a statement. We was the underdogs coming in. So I think, just playing a team like that, we need that type of pressure,
Okay. Last night, your main running back, Devon Handy, was sitting out last night. You kind of stepped in that role, as you always do, and fulfilled, the running back position, still did the wide receiver position. Had a tremendous game. He finished with 189, 190 yards, somewhere around there, total yards, 3 touchdowns. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just a tremendous effort overall. So you guys finished the regular season at 10-0, division champs. More likely going to be the number 1 seed in the upcoming 2A state tournament. Today's Saturday, the 8th. It looks like the committee will meet tomorrow and come out with them seedings. But what are you guys looking forward to?
We're looking forward to going all the way. Us moving up the 2A, everybody was saying that we wasn't that good and all this kind of stuff. So I think that us being 10-0, we made a statement in 2A.
Yeah.
And then we look forward to go all the way.
Come up from the 1A last year, winning the state championship last year at 1A, and then being bumped up because of the success and the enrollment numbers, of course. But really showing everybody why you guys are deserving to be mentioned anywhere within the state in football. Sometimes you get a little overlooked being down there in lower Sussex County. You know what I mean, with all these other teams. But just a tremendous season overall. So great job. It looks like maybe the rankings ain't out yet, of course, but I think maybe your first matchup will be with Odessa. It could possibly be. It looks like you'll be the 1 seed maybe, and I think maybe Odessa may be the 8 seed. We'll see for sure tomorrow. But what do you expect in that matchup?
I think they're a different team than when we played them the first game. So I think if we have a good week of practice, we stay focused. We watch a lot of film. And, we come up with a good game plan as a team, and we play together as brothers like we usually do, and we're going to come out on top.
Okay, awesome. And what's the message from the coaching staff been this last couple weeks? Like, what are you guys really working on to improve, to be better, to finish that that goal at the end of the year? Like, what are they saying?
Just play together. We can't like get down on ourselves, never hang our head. We've been in multiple situations where we was down in scores, and we always made a comeback, like we did yesterday.
Yep.
And they just want us to play together for real. It's nothing really that we really work on like that.
Okay, awesome. As everybody can see, you got the Syracuse hoodie on there.
Oh, yeah.
You committed to Syracuse to play football, correct? So tell us what went into that, and what the decision you made on that. What were your offers? What made Syracuse the destination?
I think last year I ended up with 17 D1 offers. Had like one from Rutgers and like West Virginia and all the kind of schools like that.
Mm-hmm.
Syracuse just the one that really stood out to me. That was my first offer. I was a sophomore.
Okay.
It was my first offer, and ever since they just been real to me. Like they never sugarcoat anything. Coach Fran, a good coach. He had a good first year. And I just think he's a good coach. And I think, what he bringing into Syracuse, the players and the coaches, staff, and all that kind of stuff, we're going to be at a good program in the next couple of years.
Okay, awesome. And then also the wide receiver from Smyrna is going to be attending Syracuse also, right?
Yeah,
Phoenix?
yeah.
Yeah. So look forward to both you guys, teaming up there and being successful. So.
And one boy, B.J. Garrett.
And B.J. Garrett from Middletown also, yeah.
We all
So
going to be there.
a lot of Delaware talent there.
Yes, sir.
So that's awesome. Okay. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us today. Tremendous game last night. Congratulations on the 10-0 season and best of luck in the playoffs, all right?
So I appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us today. We're here with Glenn Phillips, head coach of Seaford Football. So thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, absolutely. No time. So you just want to go through and you want to tell us a little bit about your coaching career prior to Seaford here?
Graduated from Laurel High School in 1999. Went and played college football at Wesley College. Tore my leg up. Started coaching in 2001 season. I started out in the Pop Warner realm of things at Laurel. And Pop Warner back in the day started August 1st and high school started August 15th. Then the high school coach at that time was Coach Mike Pugh. Came out to Pop Warner, asked if I was interested in coming to be like an offensive defensive line coach. So that's where I got my start. I was an offensive defensive line coach at Laurel. Then when Coach Pugh left, Coach Manlove came in and I became the special teams coordinator for him. When Coach Manlove left, Coach Giles came in and I became the offensive coordinator there. And then 2011, Coach Giles left to take an administrative position, ironically at Seaford.
Okay.
And I became the head coach. So I was the head coach at Laurel from 2011 to 2015. 2014, we were in the state championship game. Named Coach of the Year, State Coach of the Year in 14. 15, new superintendent came in at Laurel and wanted to go a different direction. So we parted ways. And then I landed on my feet at Parkside High School in Salisbury, Maryland.
Yep.
It was a blessing in disguise at that point in time. Really loved it down there. I would probably still be there, but my real job, took the coaching aspect away for a little bit. With some time changes and stuff of that nature. So
Gotcha.
I was there for 8 years. We had a pretty good run there for 8 years. It was awesome. Then I took off for 2 years. I refereed high school football in the Helm Open Conference. And then the Seaford job got posted, and I put my name in the hat, interviewed, and now we're here.
Now we're here. Awesome.
Year 24.
Year 24. Congratulations. Going back to Parkside, you guys had a bunch of great players down there during that time. Tell us about some of them.
We had some great guys. Therese Worthy's right now starting running back at Temple. Marcus Yarns went to University of Delaware, All-American at University of Delaware. Signed an undrafted free agent contract with the Saints this past offseason. Made it through summer. Made it through all minicamp, all preseason. Got some snaps. Got to see him on TV. Then he was released, but now he's got his feet back in the football game and in the Canadian Football League. He's doing great things. not really a player, but Coach Turnbull, or I call him Thomas Turnbull. He was my mentee at Laurel.
Okay.
He just followed me around everywhere. Tried to show him the ropes of what high school football was like. Now he's the football director of operations at the University of Ohio. His dad is my defensive coordinator at Seaford. So this kind of came to fruition. We were at the MAC championship game in Detroit last year when I got the phone call that they were going to open the job, and we started talking in the hotel in Detroit, and now we're here, and very appreciative of the staff at Seaford, the community, the school district. They've opened their arms, and they're starting to love the kids, and not that they didn't do it,
Sure.
but now you can see that they want a football team. They want a football team to be successful, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And we're just today's Saturday, so you guys just finished up your season yesterday. Finished the regular season 9-1, correct?
Yeah.
So, what a turnaround. I know it's your first year there, but from a program coming from they were 2-8 last year to 9-1 this year in a 1 year is just tremendous. So what has been your, like, you come in, what is your stance? What have you changed? What did you enforce or do differently that the previous hasn't in the past?
It was simple. In March, I was hired. I met with the kids 1st of April, and how I told them is how it was going to be. My standard is the standard. I don't deviate no matter who you are. And we're going to be held accountable, and you got to control the controllables. Make sure you're at school on time. Make sure you're doing community things. Make sure you're being respectful inside the building. Everything translates to being good human beings, and if you don't control the controllable, then I have to take over as a discipline act, and that's what I was telling people when I first took over in June, July. How you gonna be? Don't know how we're gonna be. I think we're athletically gifted, but we got to control the controllables. If there's discipline action, there might be people sitting, and I don't deviate from that stance. The standard is the standard. My standard is the standard, and we go from there. The controllables, the kids have done a great job. The principal did tell me the other day that it's the highest GPA they've had in 10 years as a football program. So we do mandatory study halls on Monday and Thursdays, and everything. The kids buy in. The kids want to be loved, and my big saying when I do my Facebook post is, these kids deserve to be loved, and we care about them. They know we care about them. We'll do anything in the world, and next thing you know, we're 9-1.
Right, exactly. So there's no. Things like that we talk about all the time as far as adults, and trying to get them to the real world, and one day football is going to be over for them, and they're going to move into the life in the world, and like you said, treating people, doing stuff in the community, things like that are so important that not everybody teaches these days, and it's great to actually have that, especially coming from the community such as Seaford. So tell us about the season overall. You finished 9-1, regular season 9-1. Many of the games weren't very close. You guys outscored your opponents very well this year. The only loss blemish come to 2A team, Indian River, who just finished their season undefeated 10-0. So tell us about the season.
The season, we started in spring when DIA or our Coaches Association allows us to have our little mini camp or
Sure.
our Heads Up football camp. We started there with 65 kids that came out for that camp, and obviously Seaford's known for their athletic ability. The basketball team is awesome. The track team's awesome. So once we get all these kids out and we're looking, all right, we might be okay. And then we get into summer camp, and we can't go on to some of the playbook terminology is a little different than what they're used to, and we go up to Woodbridge, our first scrimmage, and I'm on the bus ride home, and I'm like, wow, we got a lot of work to do. Kids come to work the next day. They work every day. That's the one thing I can say about this group. They don't miss practice. They get there. They work out. They lift. They come to work. So we get to our second scrimmage, which is Delmar. Delmar's a little down this year, but we compete. We do what we're supposed to, and we're still not letting our quarterback do what he's going to do in the regular season. Week one, we come out and we fire on all cylinders, and we win a game 42-0. We get every kid that dressed into the football game. So that was just like that building block. And then week two, we go over to Indian River. All the early predictions were we were 2-8 last year. We're gonna get beat by 50, or they return everybody. They're a state champ, all that, and then we compete. We get down early, and then adversity hits, and the different Seaford, or the new Seaford, shows up. Where adversity, they would have quit a couple years ago, or last year, or whatever. And we had some adversity, and we fought through it. We go to halftime 14-7. We come out, we tie it up 14-14. We give up a touchdown. We come right back and score. We give up another touchdown, or we give up a touchdown. We actually get an onside kick and we score the next play. Then we're driving and have a chance to make it close, and we had a miscue, but right there is, I think, the building block for the success we've had this year is we knew we could compete. We knew as a coaching staff what we had. They found out what they were made of that night, or that afternoon in Indian River, because it was a 3:00 start. And then everything transitioned to what we are now. And then we go into Laurel, big game for the community. Haven't beat Laurel in 21 years. We go in, we do what we're supposed to. We compete. Adversity hits. We get up 28-13. So now we're in a three possession score. 6 minutes left, and it was the longest 6 minutes. And then the following after Laurel was probably the hardest coaching week that I've ever had to coach in my 24 years. Up and down. Community loved us beating Laurel. School loved us beating Laurel. We couldn't let it go for a little bit. So we had to get ready for another 2A opponent that was halfway decent at that point. And we go in. Probably could have been a lot worse than it was, but we had some mental mistakes, and we just weren't there that night, but we were able to get through it. And the rest of the season is just kids come to play, and they get after it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And like you say, you can't, even though it was a loss there, like what you guys learned from that loss to Indian River, and just to see them kids fight through adversity has to mean a lot.
Yep.
And it's probably built, springboarded them on for the rest of the season. So today's Saturday. The football committee meets tomorrow. It's Sunday, so they'll be coming out with a state tournament rankings. You guys are probably going to be the 1 or 2 seed.
Yep, we're penciled in at 1 or 2. We're thinking we're going to be a 2 seed with Brandywine winning today. They should bump us in some points because they get some bonus points where we didn't get any bonus points. So we're thinking we know we're going to be home throughout.
Okay.
All roads lead to Dale State, and they got to come through the nest, and that's what we've been talking about since early August. Is let's see what we got. We play pretty good at home. We're starting to fill the stands. We're starting to have a crowd. Like I said, the community's buying in, and somebody's got to play us for 48 minutes,
right.
And then we go on to the next one.
Yeah, that's awesome because, like you said, for years, other sports, basketball, packed gyms, everybody comes out for them games. So that's great that you're saying that the community's popping out and come out for your football games and things like that. So you guys will get started. Your first game will be next Friday, Saturday?
Friday or Saturday. We'll know something tomorrow about 10 a.m.
Okay.
Normally we meet as coaching staff on Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock, but we got to back it up because we no need to meet if we don't know who we're playing.
Don't know who you're playing, right?
So we're working on that. We've got film of the teams that we think we could possibly play, and we've traveled the state as a staff the last 2 nights. We went to McKean last night, and the whole group. The good thing there was the whole group went. We had all 12 coaches with us. Today we went back up to the furthest. Never been to Concord, but evidently we're right close to Pennsylvania.
Right
so
on the
we
border
were back up there. I got home at 3:30 today, and shot up here to do this.
Here, and I seen you last night at the Lake Forest and the Indian River game all around a long weekend.
So it's been a long weekend and not very good family guy this weekend, but my wife understands.
That's good. You got some support at home that understands. Well, best of luck moving forward. Whatever you guys, whoever your opponent is this week, just make. Do you guys have any message? Like, what are you guys telling the kids now? The season's over, regular season over. How do you get them to move on from that to being competitive for a state title over the next couple of weeks? Like, what's your guys' focus? How are you keeping the kids engaged?
It's been tough. We had a bye week after Newark Charter. We played early college, and then this week was another bye, or not really bye, but we knew early that the St. Andrews was going to forfeit to us. I told them after the early college game that our biggest opponent right now is the person in the mirror. We can't let the break. We can't let down. We got to keep our foot on. So we amped up practice this week. We tried to make it a little bit more game oriented, just to stay fresh with the substitutes and offensive packages and the special teams. And starting Monday, it's playoff time, so it really amps up.
Yeah.
We're gonna get after it.
Tell me a little bit about. I know from basketball and baseball and seeing him a lot. I don't get out to as many football games as necessarily I should, but tell me about Vince Evans. Tell me what type of athlete he is, what he means to that program in football, and how he's been this year as a leader.
Vince is Vince. You get to see him. You've got to see him on the hardwood.
Yeah.
I got to see him when I took the job as a baseball guy. My background is I was a college baseball player. My brother was a professional baseball player, so we know baseball a little bit.
Yep.
I got the chance just to go watch him mingle outside of the football concept or the basketball, and we call him Meat, or I call him Vince the Third.
Mm-hmm.
He's changing Seaford. He's doing a good job, but he's also that guy that brings people along. It's just not Vince the Third. We got several guys that are committed to Seaford, and like several staff members, like his father. They want Seaford to be Seaford of the old, and what he's meant to the football program is he's a leader. He works every day. He comes to football practice. He works out with his personal person, and he controls the controllable. We're all high school kids. We make mistakes sometimes. To be a quarterback for me, it's hard. My terminology is a little different, but he's prepared himself. He's done great things, not only for us, but the community, 3.8 GPA. So he's setting himself up for a positive outcome in life. And our job and my job is to make sure he understands that the 6-year-old playing in our youth program, they look up to you.
They look up to him, right, absolutely.
And one saying from one of the parents is, make sure you do what you do when you have the lights on as the lights are off. And I really enjoyed that conversations with them parents. Another guy is Tayshawn Frisbee, TJ. Mm-hmm. He's competed. He's done a great job. Another 3.8 GPA kid. And then we got Swag that come out, didn't want to play, and then all of a sudden after week one he wants to play, and now he's done good things. And one of our other guys I always love to talk about is Doobie St. Jean.
Okay.
He missed all of summer because he was in boot camp for the United States Army. Wow. So he's actually an active soldier right now, but he's finishing up his high school career, and sky's the limit for him. And it's some of the stories you get to hear are pretty awesome, and you don't get to hear them a lot at Seaford. And like Brendan West, number 4, come a long way. I tell him all the time, I think I take more phone calls about him. I'm putting him on my taxes, but all in all, the entire football team, the entire student body, the entire staff. They're amazing people. All you have to do is get to know them. You'll love them. And that's the big thing I tell everybody I talk to. Get to know somebody, you start to love them. They're like your family. My daughter gets to come out to practice on Wednesdays and during camp, and I tell my wife she's got 57 big brothers now that look after her, and when she comes out, she'll give them a high five or they'll come to them, and that's the biggest thing, because this is my first, out of 24 years, my first time really coaching with my daughter. She's 4 years old, so she knew Daddy as a referee, and one of the big things of coming back was I wanted her to know that Daddy was a football coach.
That's awesome. It's great you get to spend that time and balance and, the at-home life and the coaching, because it takes a lot out of you. A lot of time, like you said, traveling this weekend all the time and all the hours you spend and put in. So, but that's great. And I appreciate, and I know the kids appreciate, and the community appreciates all you're doing to change that behavior and change the program in Seaford. So great job.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
you. Of course, good luck in the future for the playoffs, and I hope you guys bring home the state championship.
That's the plan.
All right, man. Thanks again. Appreciate you. Thanks. So what you can expect each week is we're going to dig deep into high school sports. We're mostly going to cover football, basketball, wrestling, softball, baseball. And then when the time allows, we would dig into other sports also. But I want this to be a community-involved website, podcast, where everybody contributes and we can recognize people for all throughout the state, from Wilmington to Dagsboro. During that time, we're also going to be digging into stats, highlights. We're going to have breaking news. We're going to have people come on each week and talk, whether it be coaches, whether it be athletes, whether it be people in the communities, to just kind of give their feedback and make this an interactive podcast. Not only are we going to celebrate today's athletes, we're going to go back and we're going to talk to some people that paved the way for some of these athletes today. So I grew up in the late 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and I got to see an array of talent that's come through Delaware during that time, whether it be basketball or football or wrestling, things like that. And we're going to take every opportunity to maximize that and use the people that I've got to know to come on here and use their voice to speak to the youth in today. So I really look forward to it. We have an array of guests that's already committed to being on the show in the next couple weeks, from NFL player Deron Harmon to Dell State coach and old Sanford coach Stan Waterman. Just the list goes on and on to people that is already committed to being part of this show. So I'm really excited. We're going to bring this to you every week. We're going to put a couple episodes out now prior to the basketball season. Then we're going to be doing that weekly, starting the basketball season. So I hope everybody is happy about it. I hope everybody stays tuned. Make sure you like, share, follow, comment to kind of make this a great platform for the whole state and then the kids in our state. Also, sponsorship. So if anybody is interested in becoming a sponsor for this show, please reach out. Anybody wants to get on the ground level and help promote Delaware high school sports in the state of Delaware, get on, become a sponsor. You can sponsor an athlete of the week, or you can sponsor a segment of the show. Anything to kind of bring more attention, and we can become partners and brand your business with the podcast. So if anybody's interested, please make sure you reach out and get with me. Thank you.